Twitch, or just one or the other, or?
So as a player, you should just be on the Discord.
Okay.
And
And
then
Roll20.
on Roll20. The Twitch is going to be entirely handled by the wonderful Zachary Morrison. 10 out of 10 magic person.
Peeps.
I can tell you from trying to do multiple streams at once, your computer will probably crash.
Yes.
Just curious. I don't know any of you, so this will be very entertaining.
Oh, it should be. I think you'll do well.
We are live, we are recording, and at this time I will go silent, but if you need me, I'm in Twitch and Discord chat. Have a wonderful game, guys.
We'll do our best. Thank you so much, Anna.
Of course.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to MacArthur Adventures. I don't have my script up, so I'm going to just kind of wing this, but I just want to clarify for anyone who's new that while we do love what we do and we are very proud of our product, none of us are actually in a professional recording studio, and there's interruptions and technical flubs and dogs barking and toddlers being toddlers, and we just try to roll with it and still provide entertainment as much as we can. Do come along with us. Enjoy the ride. Tonight's one shot's going to be a little bit off the wall, but I'm looking forward to it. We've got a great cast. And we're going to actually go through and introduce everyone. So let's start at the top. Amy.
Okay. Hi, I am Amy. I am going to be playing Leandra Vioria, or Leo for short. How much of a blurb do you want here, Dallas?
That's probably enough.
Love that.
We're going to
spend
detail. Contextualizing this entire adventure once everybody says hi.
Excellent.
I'm next on the list. I am Dallas MacArthur of MacArthur Adventures. I am one of the DMs that hosts this once every other week or so. And yeah, I'll be running tonight's game.
Hello all, I am Harrison. I will be playing Lion Bolt, the Mighty Warrior, the Wanderer, and many other epithets.
I guess that means that I'm up next then. Hi, everybody. I'm Ethan, and I will be playing Esmeralda Belvedere, otherwise known as Mel, to all of her many, many fans.
Lydia, we're skipping a few and going to you.
Perfect. My name is Lydia. I will be playing Quinn, a circus performer.
So, unbeknownst to our cast, all they knew was to bring a level 5 fighter. So all of the story is new to them too. But we're gonna do what we can to contextualize what's going on and why they're at this funny looking building. We do have another player coming. They have run into some unforeseen technical issues, and once those are cleaned up, they'll be jumping in. But the player characters are taking on the role tonight of a professional mercenary band. They've been doing this for a while. They're level 5. They know each other decently well, and there's probably a rotating cast through the formal mercenary band. But they are here at this castle because they were summoned via payment, because that's how you summon mercenaries, by the king. And they are here to accept whatever quest he is going to bequeath upon them. But the details were a little vague. The missive they got that was accompanied with their full payment up front, unusual, merely said that there was a great crisis in the kingdom that needed to be resolved. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to the players. You are all approaching the rather lavish castle gates. A very classic castle, bridge over a moat, high doors. You can see that it opens up into battlements on either side of you, or rather stairs up to the battlements. And then just past that, on your left, there's an opening into a garden area. And then on your right, there's an opening into what looks to be a great hall. What do you do?
I gotta find somewhere to put my horse.
Good luck with that, my dear friend. I think we should.
Where would you look for somewhere to put your horse?
Honestly, I think my first instinct is just to look for someone in what might be like stable livery. Is there like a youthful boy roaming around?
Youthful boy! Youthful boy! Roll perception for me.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a strength of hers. 3.
You do not see any youthful boys.
Do I see anything with a 3?
There are some excellent stonework under your feet.
Yeah, I'm a tap that with an armored boot. solid stone sounds.
Hashtag tap that.
God. I think Mel is going to head for the Great Hall.
Seems reasonable.
That would be where there's the most opportunity for booze. Therefore, that would be where she's headed.
Do you stride cockily into the Great Hall? Do you sneak into the Great Hall? Do you sashay into the Great Hall? Like, give us some flavor here.
It's definitely a sachet, and it's definitely not an I own the place vibe, but it's the I have always belonged here vibe.
Excellent. You may go ahead and move your token. So it doesn't take a keen observer to find the king. He is sitting on a throne in the very back of the room between two other figures who are looking around awkwardly while various servants rush in and out, setting the tables. They're apparently preparing for some sort of feast.
Okay.
I'm going to follow suit but point over to the courtyard and say, Leo, I think here is where you can put your horse, gesturing to the courtyard area as I stride into the Great Hall.
When you just know you have to nudge Leo towards wherever the horse is because she won't find it on her own.
I jest, my dear friends. Isn't that a great time? Lighten up, my dear friends. We're here for a great job ahead of us.
Linebolt, Esmeralda, do you do anything, or are you just kind of staking the place out?
I'm going to look around and kind of stake out while waiting for our group to follow suit. And I'm kind of
looking for.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, is there anything particular you are looking for?
How many people are in the room? What kind of where could somebody possibly hide to keep eyes on the king and keep them safe? That kind of stuff. And out of the corner of my eye, seeing if Leo does put her horse in the courtyard.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Dirty 20.
So honestly, this room is fairly well designed. There's not a lot of places you could sneak up on the center of the room from. There is a servant's access in the top left corner that presumably goes back to some sort of kitchens. And then there's a royal entrance in the top right that presumably goes up to the royal living quarters. Aside from that, and the entrance you are literally standing in, the only other place you could interact with is there's some raised daises over to the right. But even then, you couldn't get under those. They're made of solid stone, raised up. Whoever designed this building did not want to be snuck up upon. Other than the servants, who are obviously dressed as such, there are only 4 figures in the room. There's a man up on one of the daises. There is the king, who is a halfling and rather, elaborately clad, I may add. And then a human and a gnome just kind of looking awkward, standing in the middle of the hall as if they don't know where to go.
All right. I will wait for our group unless we are addressed.
Quinn, haven't heard from you. What are you doing?
I'll follow. I still can't move my character.
Still can't move your character?
I'm sorry, I should have tried when you said so.
Rude. Let me see if I can fix that. Try it now.
Ah, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Shots. Delightfully fun.
I'll follow into the hall and Quinn is no stranger to being the center of attention.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not really shy about staying back in the corner. And if nobody else is going to move up in the next couple minutes, she'll just straight up address the king and introduce the group as a whole.
We will circle back to that.
Yep.
Leandra, what are you doing?
I am going to take that advice and go check out the courtyard with my horse. What's the vegetation look like in here? Is there anything that, a horse left to its own devices might get mischievous with?
Roll nature.
Another big strength. Oh, well, 17.
So most of the foliage actually appears to be fake.
Did you invent AstroTurf?
The grass is real, though most of the walking areas of these gardens are dirt paths. But most of the plants actually appear to be intricately carved out of wood.
Intriguing. Okay. I'm gonna look the horse sternly in the eyes. I'm gonna wait for her to make eye contact back with me because we are bonded for life. And when she does, I'm gonna say, "Yogurt, eat nothing," and then I will mosey on into this grand hall.
Excellent. Thing I should point out, because you would have noticed, the centerpiece of this garden is a what's the fancy word for the line between jousters?
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, that thing.
Stand or a channel or something. There's a word for it.
It's the list.
That list. There it is. Thank you. Yes, the main centerpiece is a jousting list.
Mm.
That just seems like the kind of thing your character would notice.
Oh, she would certainly notice, yes.
Much honor will be won this day.
Yogurt is thriving.
Quinn, let us address the king.
Sure. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think Mel is actually going to try and upstage a bit.
Roll initiative, both of you.
Let me make sure I've clicked on my token first. There we go.
I'll follow behind them, but I'll jest with Leo. I was curious if your horse was going to come in here with you. You two seem so tight all the time.
I rolled a 7. I don't know if that makes any difference.
Mel does have the higher dexterity score, so Mel does go first. For context, for the audience following along, they tied on their initiative roll.
Okay.
Are there any like fires or anything going on in here? Candles?
Roll perception.
It's a nat 1. I don't have any idea what's going on in here at all.
There is no fire.
I'm glaring at Mel apparently.
It's rather cold. There's a chill in the air.
Okay.
I'm still going to continue with the original plan that she's going for. If Mel's not going to directly approach the king.
Your mic is spazzing out just a little bit.
Hold on. Let's see.
We can understand what you're saying. You just sound like a robot.
That
Yeah.
seems to be the usual problem. Let me reload Discord real quick.
Yeah. I just thought I'd let you know before you had a character dialogue interaction.
While that's happening, Leo will turn to Linebolt and say, I did think about bringing her in here, but, horses indoors, a horse indoors, of course, yes, I don't recommend it.
I remember the last time. I believe it was doing much better in the tavern than you.
Yes, that tends to be the case.
Come. Let's go
right.
meet the king.
Mel, back to what you were doing.
Is that any better at all?
Oh, it is so much better.
Cool. And we have our faithful Minotaur with us as well, finally. Cool. So I actually think that Mel is going to opt for a front flip with a rapier flourish and doff her hat as a low bow respectfully.
I'm going to need an acrobatics check to back that up.
I figured you would. That's why I went that route. It's a 16.
You make it look good as a figure comes rushing into the back of the hall. Chris, want to introduce yourself and also your character real fast?
Yes. Can you hear me? Okay.
Perfectly.
Awesome. Hi, my name's Chris. I play with Ellis. My character's name is Sarvnik Varslad. He is a Minotaur that was raised in a barbarian Boros Minotaur camp, and he's gone completely the opposite direction and has become a very ordered samurai.
You are several minutes late to this meeting. Everyone else definitely has noticed. Whether or not they choose to comment is up to them.
Do we need to get you a mount? You might move a little bit faster if you, also had a horse.
Yes, please excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. I seem to have been delayed.
All right.
Dare I ask what it was in the courtyard, or shall we just continue in? By the way, impressive flip. Gwyn? And I just keep trotting in, not paying mind.
Mel, go ahead and introduce yourself and your band to the king as you would.
Okay. Let's see. Can you tell me what time of day it is before I attempt this character voice? Say the wrong thing.
It is about 2:00 in the afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty. I would like to introduce to you this merry band of misfits, as you here requested. We have come from far and wide for your express servitude. They can introduce themselves, of course. I am Esmeralda Belvedere, but of course you, because you are my friend, dear friend, fellow halfling and compatriot, may call me just Mel.
The king comes running across the hall. Oh, I am so good you made it. And I'm so glad you're here. It is. I need your help.
Go on.
It's disaster. It's terrible. Frightening. Did you get the money? Are we all squared away?
Aye.
Okay. So the king slowly starts to recompose himself and is clearly grasping for words. There's terrible danger. Are you up to the task?
We wouldn't be here otherwise.
So, you may have noticed that my castle It's full of foreign dignitaries, and we have no entertainment. I have to impress them, so I have hired you to do the impressing for me.
By impressing, what is it you mean exactly?
Well, I mean, different nations have different tastes in their culture and the tourist experience they wish to have in my kingdom. You'll have to ask them.
Oh, okay then.
Noticing your blank stares one to another, the king looks rather sheepish and is thoroughly investigating his feet and the quite fine stonework underneath them.
To that, I will laugh boisterously and like, well, we have a job, my dear friends. Let's go and find out how to entertain the lovely guests.
Surely the king does not expect us to be fools for his grand party.
Who knows? We may get a couple more tips. Come on.
It's not personal. All of our bards ran off to cover the tournament, and well, yours was the only contract I could find.
I'm sorry, are the bards competing? Are they jousting? Are they jousting bards?
No. They're going to entertain and earn contracts of their own in the gathering of the tournament.
Okay, well that at least makes more sense.
I'm making my way to the courtyard to start talking to people, so I'm out of the rest of this conversation.
All right.
Quinn strides forward, actually juggling like 3 daggers, hopefully. I'm assuming you want a performance roll.
Yes.
As I drop my die. Oh, that's not great. It's a 10. 10.
You almost lose one of your daggers. It's clear that your mind's not in the game.
She hasn't been in the circus for a couple months. I mean, come on, give her a break. I'd also like to use thaumaturgy to make my voice 3 times as loud.
Okay, the Great Hall is also going to echo, so this is going to be quite impressive.
It'll be fun. Strides forward. She probably almost loses the dagger when she does a weird little bow kind of thing. My liege, nameless, the entertainer, at your service. Feel free to call me Quinn, but we'll be happy to entertain and perform for your guests.
The human that had been standing awkwardly comes over, not quite getting close to you, but definitely interested.
She'll wink. That's it. She's still trying to
charisma.
Not losing these. Why? Why do my dice today? What do you want me to roll? Just
charisma.
Straight charisma. It's a 7.
It's a 7?
Yeah.
He doesn't even notice that you're flirting.
That's okay.
Linebolt. I'm gonna murder that name every time I try to say it.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
Just go with Line. That's close enough.
Line. What are you doing?
I went over to the courtyard to see what dignitaries are there and to get an idea of who, or rather, what would entertain them. Another investigation?
Well, you can just approach any of the people you see.
All right. Who do I see? I see probably the person in front of me which is left on the map.
You see a halfling here who seems very interested in the grass. And you see a minotaur here admiring the stonework.
I will start with the halfling. Approaching. Hail, friend! I am the mighty.
She looks like she's going to
You
start
are
saying something, but
startling.
then you start your intro and she sits very patiently to wait for you to finish.
Pardon, I am Lionbolt, a wanderer of sorts. Who might you be?
My name is Paddy. I'm from the Littlefoot Empire. What brings you to this meeting?
I seem to be part of the entertainment act for the night. Sort of their bodyguard and sort of just, well, I have a couple of fun little things that I could do as well.
Clearly
Good chat.
admiring your well-built frame, she says, "You don't look like an entertainer."
Well, for a lot of the aerials, you need a good foundation and a good base. I am the base.
Roll persuade.
$12.
She nods slowly. I understand. So, what is
You don't
what is
believe me,
your
do you?
act then, besides simply acrobatics? Do you have more of a teaser or maybe a taster?
A little bit of accent lighting, and I'll bring up dancing lights. You don't get to put them on the map. They just dance around me.
Classy.
A little bit of lighting, a little bit of special effect. I see that this is not the place to do the other things, for that would be bad. I don't want to start too many fires.
The horse is unimpressed.
Yeah, you've seen this like a dozen times. Perchance, Miss Patty, what do you find entertaining? What sort of acts? I will try to make sure that my troupe does at least one.
I just really want to laugh.
Laughter. I'm sure there will be a little bit of slapstick here and there, possibly a lot.
Well, then I simply cannot wait.
I bid you adieu for now. I see a few others that I should at least introduce myself to. Have a glorious afternoon.
Looping back around, Sarvnik, what's your take on all this?
I pretty much am looking around and snorting in derision.
I mean, same.
I'm a mix between aghast and just trying to keep a proper pose and poise.
I understand.
So I realized that I must at least attempt to talk with the individuals, so I enter the courtyard.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. You spy, with that perception check, important note to the audience, he got a very low perception check. However, for this particular thing, it's not about beating a check. There's a gradient, and where they fall on that gradient will reveal different things about different areas. You notice several large buckets of paint tucked up against the wall, just north of you.
I wander over to the paint and glance at it.
There are, contrary to simply what is pictured, there are 6 different colors of paint. all garish and bright.
I make a mental note and hope that I'll have better conversation and camaraderie with the Minotaur ahead of me.
All right. The Minotaur in question is admiring the stonework.
Hello, good sir. Are you having a good evening?
Why, yes, I am. And who might you be?
I am Sovnik Varoslad, a former officer. But here, I am merely a mercenary, traveling around with this lot.
He gives you a bow that is appropriate to give a warrior, but nothing too terribly respectful.
I immediately give a slight bow back.
It is good to make your acquaintance. Are you to
And
act
to you,
as
sir.
bodyguard at the event tonight?
I am not quite certain of my role yet, but I'm sure my muscle will be put on fine display.
Well then, I look forward to it.
What has your attention now?
Not looking back at the stonework and not looking away from it as he speaks to you, the Minotaur says, I find myself moved by this architecture, the severity of it, the tragedy of it. For when one is looking at something beautiful, don't we all just yearn to weep?
I suppose it is good that you are moved by it, sir. But no, it does not cause me to weep.
Then you are simply not looking at it correctly. I do hope
Perhaps.
that whatever entertainment is provided for tonight will be similarly as moving.
Saying you desire to weep further, sir?
Cleanses the mind, clears the nostrils, refreshes the
Or
body.
merely drowns the mind in sorrow, as it were?
If you
Do I
cannot
hear that?
control your
Or-
sorrow, it will overrun you. Line, what was that?
Do I hear any part of this conversation?
Give me a perception check.
Seven. I'm still walking over and hearing my armor ching, 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 ching.
You're singing along with your armor in my head. Whether or not you're doing that is up to you. But in my head, you're singing along with your armor tinging.
No, I'm singing along as I walk. As I'm walking along, just singing a little tune and being jovial compared to the dour conversation. Continue.
Sovnik, did you have anything else to add to that conversation?
I would make a mental note that I am wearing Ujio Taisho Gusoku, which is a full nightmarish-like Japanese plate armor. So I'm kind of, I don't know, one to weep at, I guess, if he's weeping at stonework anyway.
Well, you might have to impress him more than just showing up, but we'll see what happens.
Comparatively, we are clashing as I'm in plate as well, but I'm jovial compared to him.
Yes, mine is very dark, clasping together helmets with horns.
I like it. Mel, we haven't touched on you for a hot minute. What are you up to?
I think I'm actually going to head out into the courtyard, and then I'm going to head for the northwest corner.
Okay.
and go talk to the whoever that is up there.
There are two figures in the northwest corner. Depending on which one, depends on the conversation you're going to have.
The most northwest of northwest corners.
Okay.
I will politely nod to what I think is a woman as we wander by, but I really want to talk to who's actually up there.
The woman in question is an elvish woman.
Okay.
Who's sitting, just simply enjoying the mid-afternoon sunshine. The creature that is possibly digging in the foliage on the far north of the garden, you think might be a platypus in a hat. You're not sure.
There you are, Perry.
They turn as you approach. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
I am a great lover of hats, as you can see. She'll tap her own chapeau. Where did you get your fascinating hat?
My uncle made it for me.
Do you think if I ask nicely enough, he might be willing to make me such a hat?
I'm sure he would have if he wasn't dead.
I would say I was sorry to hear that, but I get the feeling that you're not sorry about it either, so I won't pretend that I am.
I didn't kill him. I don't know what you're implying. Why would you accuse me of that?
I made no accusations whatsoever. I'm just saying what you said.
The creature looks very confused for a moment.
What's a girl got to do to get a drink around here?
What do you drink?
Whatever's on tap.
Reaching back into the bushes, the creature pulls up a bright orange liquid in something that may once resembled a tin cup and hands it to you.
I will raise it in a salute and then down it.
I gotta go get my D100 potion table again. Here we go. Give me a D100.
Let me see where I figure out what that is. I think I got it right. I have a 98, whatever that is.
98. Let me go find it. I have a random potion table from dndspeak.com that I frequently use in my games because it is amazing. Give me that number one more time.
98.
98. You begin growing hair all over your body.
Okay. What did you give me, mate?
I don't know, found it under this bush.
Well, when in Rome.
Rome? Did you take Perry to Rome?
Who's Perry?
That's me, dummy. Who are you?
Mel.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Mel. You're looking a little shaggy there.
See, what you don't know is that I'm actually secretly a werewolf. And
Roll
because of the potion. Okay. We'll go for it. We have a 17 for deception.
Really? I've always wanted to meet a werewolf.
So I think what you just gave me was a full moon potion.
But how can you be out in the sunlight if you're a werewolf?
Werewolves just turn into lichens, like regular people, but really half wolf.
How do you handle it when people season your food with garlic?
That's a vampire, love, not a werewolf.
And how do you navigate the forest if you can't cross running water?
I usually take daily baths, mate.
I'm very confused.
someone should go read a book or two.
I can't read.
That's a shame. I'm pretty sure there's lots of people around here that could teach you. This is a castle, and they got the high fancy falutin ways and all that.
I can't show weakness. I have to be proud for my nation.
Well, you keep trying with that. I'm gonna go see about finding a place to do something about this hair before someone mistakes me for a carpet.
Yeah, what are you here for?
Well,
Besides, 3 potions that I found under the bush.
the king summoned me because he said he had a special assignment that only I could do as our favorite native werewolf sailor. Only I can do it.
Ooh, sounds mysterious. Are you walking away actively?
Yes.
He is
Probably
following.
moving east, though. Like, into the maze of bushes and things.
He is following you.
I'm going to keep moving east as far as I can until I run into someone else.
So how long have you been a werewolf?
It's a fairly recent development.
Anybody ever try to feed you steak? I hear that's bad.
I'm pretty sure that I like meat, and have always liked meat, and will always like meat. The rarer, the better. I hear platypus is particularly tasty.
Platypus? What's a platypus?
Something I saw on one of me travels.
Well, we'll get back to you in a minute. Leandra, been a hot minute. What are you up to?
What's this guy up here? What's he look like?
Oh, he's a gnome.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go up to him.
Helmet and all.
I am like probably 3 times his height. That's fine. I'm gonna, give him a respectful dip of the chin by means of a bow, and I'm just gonna look right down at him.
He cranes his neck to look right up at you.
And how are you doing today, my fine fellow?
Oh, comes and goes. You can't put your cabbages in the swamp,
I'm well aware. Swamp cabbage. Nasty.
And how about for you?
Well, I don't count your cabbages before they've hatched, as they say. I seem to have come into a,
Wise words.
surprising batch of cabbages here in this castle.
You should have a cord right down there. Remember the one you took yesterday?
Are you going to continue the conversation? Like we ran out of cabbage-related subjects. I don't know what else to talk about.
I mean, yeah. I will keep, making polite conversation. What can I see of this guy, like, out of the corner of my eye?
Which guy? The one up on the dais?
Yeah, up on the dais, yeah.
He's though very large for a human, and definitely looks like his nose has been broken a few times.
I mean, mood, my guy. I will bow once again to the gnome and say, may many cabbages, bless your people.
They say you can't count your ducks before they cross the street.
Yes, that is what they say, don't they? Good day to you. And go on over here. Not going to get too close to him. I'm just going to look up and be like,
ducking out of that conversation.
I'm too tall for this. This man is much more my size.
This man appears to be trying to read a book.
Can I see the cover from here?
Roll perception.
Oh, God, what is my perception modifier? That's a straight 9.
Straight 9. No. The book is laying flat on the table. He's tossing pages back and forth. you get the feeling he can't read.
All right, I'm a slide right up to him, and is he sitting?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm a
Sitting
papa squat.
of a height with you.
Yeah. I'm a papa squat. I'm like not, I travel with a minotaur. I'm used to this.
Look up when you're talking to them.
Yeah. Interesting place to be doing some reading, don't you think?
Oh, yes, indeed. He looks very awkward and a little bit blushy. I quite enjoy the volumes by this scribbler author.
Indeed. Might I take a look at your book?
Oh, of course. Slides it right over.
Okay, what is it?
It is a book of genealogies related
Intrigue.
to the kingdom you are in.
Okay. I see. So, halfling family trees. Very exciting to you.
Trees? I don't remember anything about trees.
I mean, it's a turn of speech to refer to, like how families are related and how things all kind of come together, like the branches of a big tree, and I guess people are leaves, or I guess in this case, halfling leaves.
Of course. I thought it was a stories of legends. I wanted to learn about the halfling culture and.
Oh, do tell. What's intriguing about the halfling culture?
Nothing specifically. I want to learn. You understand?
Just learning in general.
Well, I'm here. You'd think they would know about their own culture and have written something down. If only I could read it.
I mean, I'd be happy to read a little bit of this to you, but I'm afraid it's really quite dry.
Well, I'll listen. You have his undivided attention.
Okay, great. Would you like me to start at the beginning, or is there a particular page that you found interesting, just, looking at it?
Whatever you think's best.
All right, I'm going to flip around until I find something that catches my eye visually, and then I'm going to start reading.
Okay. Read away.
Do you want me to improvise halfling history?
You can either improvise or scene. It's up to you.
Hit me with some halfling history. I got nothing.
So, halfling family trees are actually extremely convoluted because halflings don't tend to have very many children, but their children tend to have a penchant for not really doing much. Neither do the older ones, and so they live for a really long time. So by the time there needs to be an heir, that person's had, great-great-grandchildren. And so it's a muddled mess who has a better claim to the throne, and there's all sorts of arguments about a younger person should rule rather than an older person, and there's a lot of names and various taglines about, and the crown was disputed for 7 days over whatever. It's a convoluted and incredibly dry mess.
Yeah.
You do, however, notice something while you're up here. Right here, there is a large bin full of what look to be, at first glance, cannonballs, but you realize they couldn't be. They're stacked wrong, and they're somewhat squished together, and the shapes of the cannonballs are a little bit distorted by the squishing.
What? Do they look like they're made of metal?
Well, upon actual investigation, they appear to be made out of some pliable material, somewhere between cloth and wood. Some might call it rubber.
you wouldn't happen to know, is there a halfling activity that involves orbs of a bouncy persuasion?
No, but I would love to learn about one. Could you demonstrate?
Oh, you and me both. You know what? I'm gonna go pick up a ball. How hefty are they?
They are incredibly light.
All right. I'm just gonna take one and I'm gonna, bounce it off the wall.
Next, these are functionally dodgeballs. I need a dexterity attack roll.
Am I proficient with dodgeballs?
Sure.
14. Right? Yes, 14.
Dexterity saving throw to catch it when it comes back.
14.
With a satisfying spring, dunk, you are able to bounce it off the wall and right back into your hand. This fills you with unspeakable joy.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it again.
Do it again.
Come on, join me.
Human here is fascinated.
I'm gonna toss him the ball.
The gnome down here is muttering something about, if you plant your carrots in the winter, you'll always get bad apples.
So, join me in this rousing game of bouncing cabbages.
Who are you addressing?
This one.
Hey, what?
I bounce the ball off the wall next to me.
He scampers up. What's that you got there?
Oh, I believe it to be some sort of bouncing cabbage.
Bouncing cabbage? He seems at a loss for your clumsy euphemisms.
Take a good bounce of this. Give it a good heft at the wall.
And he rolled very poorly. What's your AC?
What's my AC? 17.
Yep. The ball bounces off the wall and hits you right in the face.
Do I take dodgeball damage?
1d4 dodgeball damage. I don't have a d4 right handy. You want to roll d4 for me?
I do have a d4 handy. That's 3.
My mistake. You take 3 damage. The human is fascinated. He's like edge of his seat, leaning on the table.
I don't know the rules of this game, but I think that was a very good throw.
Quinn, circling back to you.
Yes.
Are you doing anything in particular?
Yeah, I'll dismiss myself from the king with a little bow. I see we have folks to entertain, and I'll move over to this gentleman. You said it's human? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You notice behind him, the table is filled with a truly obnoxious number of watermelons.
Oh, fun. Quite fun.
Carry on.
Like the whole table is full of watermelons?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Good, sir. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I don't know if you have heard.
Not sure if I would call it a pleasure.
Well, the pleasure is mine. Now,
So what is it you do?
Well, I
Knife
juggle.
trick?
I do knife tricks. I can breathe fire.
You get an eyebrow for that.
Just you wait and see. Now, the honor of knowing your name?
I am Jared of the Highland Kingdom.
Ah, very nice, very nice. And what brings you here?
I was sent here by my father as dignitary to attend this event and be impressed by the glamour.
Ah, yes.
So far, I'm very impressed.
I see. Yes, fathers. Yeah, they they can be a nuisance sometimes, can't they? I say, a performer always needs a handsome assistant. Would you be interested in such a place for the evening?
He looks interested, but he first asks you a question. If I were to do that, I would have to know. What is it you strive for? What do you yearn to achieve? What is your impossible dream?
Well, you know how it feels to live under the shadow of a famous, important parent?
Maybe.
I'd like to drop that and be known in my own right.
Roll persuade.
Okie dokie. Oh, that is a 22.
That resonates. He's lost his sneer, and he's actually fully engaging with you. Well then, I suppose that is my dream as well. Gets a far-off look in his eye. Impossible though it may be, I will strive to right the unrightable wrongs. I'm at your disposal for the evening.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Now, I don't want to take away your enjoyment, so surely, anything that you want to just view and participate in as an observer, fantastic. But I can definitely use an assistant in my performance.
Well, simply call on me when you need me. And he goes over and he's inspecting the watermelons.
Can I have a pack of playing cards?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
Oh no! I mean just on my person.
Fine. Here I am trying to help.
I'm sorry.
You are absolutely fine. Line, it's been a hot minute since we've heard from you.
I'm making my way over to you said elvish woman?
Elvish woman. Join the sunshine.
Hail there, fair maiden. I'm Lionel.
Hello. Aren't you a handsome one?
Oh, you will make me blush. Who might you be?
My name is Abby.
Abby. Is that short for
I
Abigail?
come from the southern seafaring kingdom of the elves.
Aha, the seafaring nation. I do believe I've heard something of them. You are quite, you are quite skilled on the open sea, correct?
Not me personally. I'm useless on the ocean. But there are many skilled admirals in our employ.
Uh-huh. Well, I am part bodyguard and part entertainer for the evening. And as part of our pre-show, I like to go around and find out what people enjoy, making sure that we don't accidentally offend people because of context, culture, and various other things.
Oh, how sweet of you. Well, hit me with your questions. I'm ready.
Mostly, what do you find entertaining?
What do I find entertaining? You ever just thrive on the boiling hatred of someone's entire essence? That is what I thrive for.
I slowly nod.
Just when you see someone, every ounce of your being is filled with fire, and you want to individually break fires. It's such a delight.
Indeed. I think I've only experienced that once in my life so far.
Ooh, tell me about it. She leans in closer.
Oh. I dare not say it's not necessarily a good story to tell a lady.
Is it in your show tonight? Please tell me yes.
No, unfortunately. As I made sure that that performer that I, as you so good, hated, made sure he couldn't walk again.
That sounds delicious.
Yes, well, it's what happens when you have a performance that goes a little too far in a tavern trying to impress a girl. And you give me a drink or two next to, and I tap my warhammer against my plate. And you give me something that's large, heavy, and blunt.
She produces 2 ales from somewhere and hands them to you.
That is a clever parlor trick.
But no, I was just saving them for the first interesting person that came by, and clearly become more interesting when you drink. Here, drink up.
No, I cannot. I am on the job. Afterwards, though, somewhere, well, perhaps backstage in a quiet little corner, I will surely share a drink.
Well, that doesn't.
Well, I know I'm such a party pooper, but I am on the job, and therefore I must stick to the job.
Mel, I'm curious what you're doing next. By the way, the call outs are just to help make sure everything keeps rotating back to everyone eventually. If people want to jump in, they can.
Yep.
But I do appreciate that y'all are more or less politely waiting your turns. That is exceptional.
I think, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to go try and basically ignore the platypus that's following me. And
So does the cross thing really work? Like, I always wonder.
I would have to say, I don't know. It's been a while since I've actually been in a church.
Rummaging around in the bushes. Going in here somewhere.
I'm going to take that moment to sidle up to whoever this fine gentleman is and sort of say hello Are we talking? So when you talk about fur growing, are we talking like are we talking like Cousin It level Shaggy, or just slightly furry?
So it's hair growing all over your body. I imagine it's just a gradual, and it starts with like what you would expect on most people's most people's arms and legs if left unkempt.
Okay.
But it's like what we would see normal growth happening over the course of like 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's not like immediately super shaggy, but like it's noticeable. If people look away and look back, you are hairier.
Okay. That's fine.
And it's not going.
So what do I know about this gentleman that has scars?
He is looking longingly out over the garden, despite having watched everything that went down up to this point. It's very clear he didn't really see any of it. He's got that far off look in his eye. He is a human.
Okay. So I'm gonna like sidle closer to him and like put, I would imagine, my hand about where his waist is, like on his hip, and say, "Something on your mind, sailor?"
Oh, just everything.
Oh, that's quite a bit of stuff, if you ask me.
Yes, it is. It weighs on me daily.
Well, if you can find a girl drink, I'm pretty sure I'll listen to all your problems.
If only pain in my heart could be quelled with companionship.
So I will turn back to the other guy that's rummaging in the bushes and say, "Oi! I think something was up with this one."
Oh, he's broken. I already tried talking to him.
But broken's after fun. Anyway, sorry to have bothered your daydreaming there, Ansem. And I will head down towards...
I found it! I found it! The platypus aggressively runs up and thumps the cross onto your thigh.
Ah. What do you do that for, mate?
This one must be defective. He goes rummaging back into the bushes.
Mel has an idea. I hear that only crosses that have gold or pretty gemstones are things that really hurt us werewolves.
Roll persuade.
Let's see. A 4 for that persuade.
No, that one's just broken. I'll get another one. It'll be fine.
Okay, suit yourself. I'm going to move back down towards the Minotaurs.
All right. Sarvnik, thoughts on all of these proceedings?
I am trying to definitely avoid these people. And I'm kind of wondering why and how I got here.
As in here on this particular mission, or here on this mercenary band that you're in?
Here on this particular mission, seemingly surrounded by fools.
Well, so as I explained to the audience and the other players before you arrived, I realized I didn't give you this tidbit. So you are part of a mercenary band, and you were hired under very vague circumstances. But your full fee was paid up front. So whether you feel obligated to follow through on that, that's up to you.
And we're simply trying to entertain.
Exactly.
Hello, good woman. How are you?
Oh, I am simply delightful. How are you? You're a strong one. I bet if you tried, you could rip a man in half.
Oh,
I turn
I
around and
certainly
face
could.
palm.
What was that line?
I turn around and I face palm and just keep walking.
Just keep walking. Keep walking.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah. Back to you,
So-
Sonic.
Certainly I could, woman. Do you have a man in mind?
There's a rather dull fellow over there. She points at this guy.
I heard that.
Surely you don't mean my companion. You mean the troll?
No. The boring fellow behind him.
Ah, the one that seems lost in a dream.
Yes.
If he was not part of the people that I'm supposed to be entertaining, perhaps I would entertain you by ripping him in half.
It would be so delightful. She claps her hands softly.
Maybe if you could bring me someone who was not part of the guests here.
She looks around, looks in her pockets, looks up at the windows above her. I don't know where to get someone. I'm not from here, you see.
Then I suppose we are both at a loss.
Do they maybe have a servant's quarters?
Perhaps. Though you might need to buy a slave for that.
Oh, I dislike slave trade. That's despicable business. But a well-employed servant, we could rip one of them in half, right?
I definitely could. For sure. I'm sorry, if you'll excuse me.
She does look slightly disappointed when you leave.
As I'm wandering through the grass, I'm kind of just muttering to myself. I am surrounded by fools and idiots alike. Why are these people here? Why am I entertaining them?
Mutter, monologue. I get you.
For reference, how much did we get paid?
So you got paid 800 gold each.
Okay. Thank you.
Lindra?
Mhm.
What you up to?
There are plenty of balls to go around. I'm going to pick up as many as I can carry, and I'm going to head back out into the Great Hall. And I'm going to call over to Quinn. Hey, Quinn,
Yes.
you're pretty good at juggling balls, right? And knives, among other things.
Typically.
What about exceptionally large but deceptively light giant balls? And I just soccer throw and hurl one at her.
Oh yeah! Roll an attack.
Nat 1.
Holy crap. Quinn, at disadvantage, roll a dexterity saving throw to catch that wild throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Oh, at disadvantage. Sorry, I need 2. That's a 6.
A 6? Oh yeah, that didn't do it. So the ball ricochets off this southern wall here and opens a box that immediately spreads a bunch of smaller balls that appear to be filled with some sort of air that makes them float all over the ceiling of the Great Hall.
How high is the ceiling?
Like 30 feet or so.
I don't get a chance to like try to catch any.
It just hit a box.
No, you're
and they
fine.
just released. Nice throw, by the way.
Thank you. I try.
And the gnome's up here going, you see, that's what happens. That is what happens when you build your roads before you walk them.
Well said, my friend. I'm gonna throw another ball at one of these balloons.
Roll an attack.
You're not gonna believe this. It's another nat 1.
So you missed one. And you hit another box on the wall, this one right here, full of cylinders tightly packed with some sort of powder stuck on the end of sticks.
Yes. That looks entertaining.
I make a note to absolutely not tell Lionbolt, who I'm pretty sure can do fire things. That those are and
I hear my ears ringing for some reason. Whatever could it be?
dodgeballs to myself for now and walk as innocently as I can back towards the courtyard to reconvene with my horse.
All of this crashing and chaos is provoking this elvish woman to come running across the courtyard and run into you.
Oh, goodness me. Hello there. Hi.
Hello! I heard chaos.
Okay, I don't know what. What? No.
Deception.
$13.
I have to roll a dice too. Pay attention, Dallas. Oh, you're clearly lying. What is it? Where is it? Is there violence?
There's really no violence right now. Because I'm still holding a ball. I kind of squish it. These don't really hurt
You look
much.
very capable of violence.
In a manner of speaking, I suppose so, yes. Yeah, so there are floating balls, and there's also these squishy balls, and nothing too violent happened yet, I suppose.
Very excited, she runs past you.
Are there any strings on these things, Dallas?
They all have strings on them.
If
The
I were
strings
to,
are about 4 feet long.
so even climbing up on the table, I can't get to that one.
No, but you might be able to climb the wall.
Okay.
That would be an athletics check.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
You can always attempt.
It's a 16.
16? Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Well, then I'll climb the wall, and I'll grab this string in my teeth, I guess.
Hook it on the horn.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Or I'll just backflip off the wall after I get a hold of the string.
Give me an acrobatics check.
And watch me completely flub that. Yeah, pretty much. It's a 9.
Not your most graceful landing, but you have the balloons.
Okay. Yeah. I'll redecorate my horns. Why not? I've got chains and everything hanging off of them anyway. Why not throw some colored floaty things on them?
All right. Sarvnik, you walked into the Great Hall and witnessed all of these goings on. Do you have anything to add?
I thought perhaps that this would be the better room. I see I was clearly wrong.
Oh no, it is much better. I am quite certain. And I'll hand our friendly Minotaur a balloon.
I grasp the balloon, look at my mercenary friend, and facepalm.
I just want everyone to picture this. Minotaur samurai, a terrified armor, holding a bright blue balloon.
Yes.
This is just...
It's great.
This is the image.
Pure
face
chaos.
Leandra, you were reconvening with your horse. Give me some words on that real fast.
I was just going to make sure that she didn't, eat anything, and then I was going to hop astride her and take a lap.
She wasn't eating it, but she did find a skeleton underneath one of the bushes.
Is it? Okay, the question I was about to ask is it dead?
I
No.
Well, no, it's undead. You see?
Is it moving? Is a better question.
Roll perception.
5.
So you can't tell if it's moving, but it is wearing a rather tall top hat that has seen better days. And it looks like it was once carrying a cane.
Oh, Yogurt, you've made a friend.
The cane is still laying beside it. This skeleton looks particularly, how would you say it, presidential.
I'm a squat down next to it and wait to see if it moves.
Am I close enough that I could see what's happening? After the elf ran away on me that I was about to talk to?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I'm going to head for it because I want that hat.
Do you take the hat?
Yes, I take the hat.
Is your companion going to try to stop you?
I mean, if the skeleton hasn't moved yet, then no, that's a free hat.
Do you investigate the hat?
Yes, I will investigate the hat.
It is just a tall top hat. One might call it a stovepipe style.
Okay.
And written on the inside of the brim, in a rather elegant handwriting, is the word Frank. Frank.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna, tuck the hat under my arm for the moment because I'm already wearing a hat.
Yes. You hear a noise behind you.
I won't even bother to turn around. Did you find another cross yet?
No, but you got a hat. What's that hat? That looks like a nice hat. What do you got for the hat?
I found the hat off this chap who's obviously no longer needing it.
Well, yeah, of course, I put him there.
Where'd you find him to start with? And was he alive?
He was upstairs. It's fine.
Oh, you didn't answer the second question. Was he alive?
The platypus looks confused.
The skeleton, was he a skeleton when you found him?
Yes.
Why did you move him?
Because he was chasing me.
Ah.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. It's fine. He'll stay there.
Well, maybe now he might. He's dead.
He was dead before!
Yeah, I was about to say, he was moving when he was still a skeleton. Why are you so convinced he's going to stay still now?
Oh?
Is the king secretly a necromancer? Is that something we should know about?
No!
Are you?
What?
Are you secretly a necromancer?
No! If I was a necromancer, it wouldn't be a secret.
Oh, I suppose that's one piece of what is turning out to be quite the puzzling day to start with.
I'm gonna poke the skeleton with my sword.
Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Yes, my strongest suit. 2.
You hear a voice in the back of your head. By the order of President Frank, I need you to move me into the Great Hall.
Well,
What? All of you, or just the skull? Because you're a bunch of disattached bones right now, and that might be, a bit of a process.
Are you scared of a little work?
Not particularly. I just don't really know that it's
Tell
necessary.
your horse to quit nibbling my shins.
Oh, she can't be tamed. Yogurt? Leave the man's shins alone.
is this whole conversation happening out? Is she responding out loud, or is it all?
She is
mental?
responding out loud, but I don't think you can hear President
So I'm
Frank.
basically watching a one-sided conversation happen as she's continuing to talk to. Okay, in that case, I'm going to pick up the skull.
Roll an intelligence saving throw.
That is a 10.
Oh, you've gone and done it now. The skull floats up and looks at you.
Oh!
You gotta leave old President Frank alone unless he talks to you first. Don't you have any manners?
I'm very sorry, old chap. I just thought you had stunning taste in chapeau, and I figured that I would see why she was talking to you.
The skeleton floats forward and tries to take its hat back with its teeth.
I'm going to shove the hat down over the top of the skull, presumably because it should fit over it, and shove the hat back under a bush.
Ah!
If it's successfully been pushed under a bush, I'm going to nudge Yogurt to step on it.
Yogurt needs to make an attack roll.
Let me pull up horse stats.
We will come back to that note because it is break time. And yes, obligatory President Frank reference was obligatory. I'm sorry, everyone who didn't get the joke.
Oh, I got the joke, all right.
I need to apologize for President Frank.
All right, I'm going to turn my mic off for a couple of minutes while I go get fresh water. Everyone take a 10-minute break. We'll be right back.
Sounds good. Bye.
Yes, we will go ahead and take that 10-minute break. Be back at 8:40. 8:40 Central Time, but we'll go ahead and leave the chat running in case you'd like to visit in the meantime. We do have a word of thanks for tonight for the work of Zach, my husband, and Jintarn on Discord. He's helping out with our tech tonight. And we've also included various arts from the interwebs. If you like what we like and would like to know where we got it, let us know. Then you'll know what we know, and we'll all be in the know of what we like. We'll get right back to the adventure in just a few minutes.
All right, we can get back on the mics. The game's not actually going to resume till 8:40 Central Time, but there's always a little bit of space to laugh, chit chat out a character, or just touch base if wanted.
I think this is going swimmingly and quite fun no matter what anyone says.
Every time I think we've like unlocked peak nonsense, we find something new.
There's plenty of ways to find new things.
I honestly think it's great. I just wish I had a different character.
Yeah, so I actually, to comment on that, like I very intentionally did not tell y'all the premise because I wanted some juxtaposition of characters that were definitely not supposed to be hired for this kind of task.
This is great. Like, this is a lot of fun.
I think the next one shot I run, we're going to roll a team of all bards. That same setting, they're the bards that went to the tournament, and there's no fighters there.
If you want my tap dancing elf back, we can arrange that.
He's so good.
If perchance you wanted, well, a fun, interesting bard named Buckle who just wanders around aimlessly, I think I could certainly be of service to that one shot.
I'm not sure when that's going to be because our upcoming one shot schedule is, I believe, next week. Anna's going to do another one, and then the following week we are going to have a guest DM to do a Christmas themed one.
Do we know the guest DM?
Yes, I just don't want to out them publicly without their consent.
Fair.
This is the hypothetical plan to clarify for anyone from the future coming back and listening. Plans change.
Clearly, as witnessed by your lovely band of mercenaries.
Oh. So I actually, the guest DM is listening and said that I can go ahead and out them. Lydia Bowden, who is in this game as Quinn, is going to be the guest DM to do the Christmas one shot. We are all very, very excited. I think I might actually be playing in that one. I don't remember if that was where the official plan ended. But that'll be a definite turning of the tables.
You better be playing. I'm planning on it.
All right, I'll be there.
It'll be a good way for DMs to recharge by playing a character or two.
It's so hard to play. Like, I've been the forever DM since I was 12 years old. It is so hard playing a character.
Just pick your favorite.
That's the problem. They're all my favorites.
Why do you think we adopt every single one of your NPCs?
Oh, right?
They're all our favorites too.
Then you make a spreadsheet, however big, and then you use the roll 20 or Avray or whatnot, and roll a D, whatever that number is, and that's the one you play.
See, that's
because
like
fate has told you to play
logic
it.
and reason in my emotional problem of loving all of my children.
It's not really a problem. You're just letting fate decide via a dice roll, and if you don't like it, re-roll it however many times you want.
I like it all.
Until you find one.
I want it all. I want it all. Anna, are we doing all right? You keep popping in and out of the chat.
Audio connection issues, perhaps.
Seems likely. Did you manage to get those horse stats?
I do have horse stats. I do indeed. Horse is strong.
Horses are dope.
This is a different horse than the horse that I used as Rowan, and this horse is baller.
So Amy, I was joking around last night trying to figure out what exactly I was going to play as a character, and I asked Dallas if I could play a unicorn, and he said yes. And for 3 seconds, I thought about getting a hold of you and saying, so you know that horse?
That would have been so good.
Let me look.
The question is, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Oh, thank goodness.
just in time, too.
I was going to say, when I was
I
researching
know.
halfling fighter builds, one of them was that I was supposed to ride a jousting greyhound.
That did come up when I was looking into Cavalier builds. They were like, you can be a small race and you can ride around on a dog. And I was like, oh my God.
And why didn't one of you go with that plan?
I mean, here's the thing is that I own a greyhound.
No one
I know
shared
they
it
would
with
be
me.
useless in battle.
All right, Anna, are we back up? Are we ready to go?
Ready to rock and roll.
Yogurt, stomp the horse. Stomp the horse. Stomp the skull.
Yeah, let me roll for stomp. Yeah, 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Oh, I didn't get out all my d6s. 1 second. I was like, I'm not playing a druid. I don't need all my d6s.
Ah, but that was the lies.
Snake eyes. Okay. 6 bludgeoning damage.
All right. You stomp the skull entirely into the ground. You hear a disparaging in the back of your mind.
Good work, Yogurt. Mel, do you want to keep the hat?
So you know how top hats, when they're worn out, sometimes the top starts coming off like a can that you only opened some of the way?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's going on right now. No? You had been asked if you wanted the hat. Your mic is on mute if you're trying to talk.
I wasn't. Yeah, so unfortunately he's wrecking the hat. So I will pick the hat back up gingerly and kind of dump the skull out onto the ground.
In several pieces.
Yes. Is the hat in several pieces, or is the skull in several
The
pieces?
skull is in several pieces. The hat just has the top coming off.
Well, I can stitch that back together. Yeah, I would say I'm gonna trying to figure out what she would do. She's gonna plop down cross-legged next to the skull and gather the pieces and try and roughly put it back together and keep talking to it.
To the hat?
She dumps the pieces of the skull out of the hat.
Oh. And tries to continue talking to the skull.
Yes, after she sort of roughly reassembles it into what it should look like.
I'm gonna need some kind of check for that. What do you want to roll?
What are my options?
Reassembling a skull check. So I'm thinking survival. I'm thinking history.
Okay.
You could make an argument for Arcana, but it'd be a stretch.
I'm gonna go with survival because that seems like something that I would be good at. That is a 14 for survival.
You are able to reassemble the skull pretty well, actually.
I'm gonna poke where its nose would be as if I had booped it on the nose.
You feel a boop back.
Mel kind of giggles excitedly. So what can I actually do for you before we get on with the cursing and the darkness and thunder and lightning and all that nonsense?
Silence.
I mean, I guess I could take you with me, but it would... Oh, okay. Oh, is that what you want, Mr. Skull?
Amy, did I hear you chime in?
Yes, I said he wanted to go to the Great Hall.
The skull is silent.
I bet he just likes me more than he likes you.
I mean,
Anyway,
I did have a horse step on him.
well, it wouldn't be a normal day without making a friend with at least one numbskull. She's gonna pick up just the skull, leave the rest of the body, and start heading back towards the Great Hall.
Okay.
I'm gonna get on yogurt and follow.
In the meantime, I'm going to beckon over to Bloody Elf Lady and say, Miss Blood, or Love of Blood,
Abby.
come over here.
But she does importantly respond to that name.
Addie,
Yes.
I have a demonstration that I think you will love. Now, if you can stand just about here.
About where? Sorry.
About 10 feet to your right. And I take 3 watermelons, take out my giant katana, and attempt to throw the 3 watermelons into the air and split them so all of the red chunks fly all over her.
I am going to need a performance check. You may roll with
Not acrobatics or athletics or anything like that.
advantage because you are using a tool you are very proficient in. But like the purpose of this is to perform, and so I'm going to make that a performance check. You are being showboaty.
13.
You successfully splatter her from head to toe in watermelon juice.
Now imagine, if you will, kind lass, the heads of exploding enemies spewing their guts all over you. How wonderful is that?
She is squealing at a high enough pitch that your ears cannot hear it.
Another satisfied customer, what can I say?
The human here is thoroughly confounded and is just backing away slowly.
I menacingly walk up to him as he's backing away with the sword dripping from mock blood and say, "Now, what would you like for your entertainment?"
I am quite entertained. Thank you. The young woman with the daggers has seen to my needs.
Quinn comes running up from behind and grabs him by the arm. You know, I have an excellent idea. I believe if we were to put on our own circus performance, that you would be exceptional at the bicycle. The crowd would love it.
I do not perform in circuses, nor do I ride bicycles.
Come now, you look dashing with the balloon.
The king comes running over just as Mel is running away, apparently. So addresses Zanardra. It's almost time for your performance. Are you prepared?
Oh, you know, I'm always prepared for anything. Why do you think I'm on the horse?
Gather your companions and get in the hall. We can't blow this.
Root beer and my pizza.
Indeed. I'm gonna swing by and grab that paint. For reasons. Probably just 2.
Okay, 2 buckets of paint. Where do you want them?
I'm gonna, kind of strap them to my saddle bags.
Okay.
I need to have the paint.
What colors are they?
I think one is orange and one is a lovely shade of green.
That is for you to remember because I won't.
That's fair. I'll make a note of it. And I'll ride on in and kind of clear my throat awkwardly and beckon my companions back towards me.
Companions, do you comply?
I look over and see what she wants.
Are we seriously going to be doing this?
We've been paid. And also we're expected to start very soon. So I hope somebody has a plan.
We've been paid. How about we just leave?
I could
Okay,
definitely destroy more things.
What's a form of entertainment? I'm here for it.
Perhaps we could have a mock battle of sorts.
Could certainly do that.
That would be interesting. I would definitely say from somebody wanting blood, which apparently you have. Is that real blood on your sword there, my good friend?
No, but at this rate, I'm wishing it was.
You and me both, my good friend. But somebody wanting blood, somebody wanting laughter, somebody wanting beauty and tears, and glamour, and I did not catch the others.
Oh, I just had a guy who wanted to learn things.
Well, if I kill the daydreamer, it might drive the man to tears, and the woman would definitely start laughing.
Dark.
Not a bad plan. From what I can tell, there are very little to no guards around. I'm sure we can make it entertaining and walk out of here pretty scotch-free.
Aren't all of the people here dignitaries? Don't they, perhaps have armies that could be sent after us? Not immediately, but after the fact.
Only if we get caught, as I lean in to say in front of your face. As long as we walk away scotch-free, no one will know.
So you want to kill everyone in this room? No witnesses.
No, that would be ideal, but alternatively, just attack one and see what happens. I could use a good fight against a guard or two, or even 10. That'd be fun.
Bar fight? But in a great hall?
Indeed.
So, hall fight?
Hall fight.
The king raises his hands and yells, "Gentlefolk of the court! Our performance for the evening!" How do you respond?
I look expectantly at Quinn, the only one of us with performance experience.
I too will look at our chaotic tiefling friend and see what they do.
Mel is going to pull out her pistol and fire at one of the clumps of balloons.
Roll an attack.
Ten to hit.
That is a miss.
I take out.
I definitely get the.
Instead, you hit the ceiling, which is actually stained glass. Shattering a section of it to the ooh of the crowd.
I guess we're destroying things.
It's a good one after all.
Quinn, are you going to do anything?
Sure. She'll stride to the center of the room and introduce herself. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Nameless, the Incredible, an entertainment troupe. For your pleasure this evening, we have all sorts of wild festivities planned, hopefully for the enjoyment of each and every one of you.
The moment you finish your speech, there is a deafening crash as most of the ceiling caves in. And rappelling down on ropes are quite a few hobgoblins. One of them that looks to be in charge, batting balloons out of his face, this one right here, says, "All right, grab them all, let's get out of here. We got ransoms to collect." The king yells, "Defend us!"
I snort and yell, "Finally, the entertainment has indeed arrived."
I need an initiative roll out of everyone. On a meta note, major bonus points if during the course of this combat you can fulfill the remaining entertainment requests.
Noted.
So can we get a restatement of what those are quickly?
I don't think you actually pried all of them out, but you know some of them.
Oh, nat 20. 21.
The ones I wrote down from everyone crying from people our human friend Jarrett wants glamour. Our halfling king wants everyone to be entertained. The gnome is spouting nonsensical nonsense, so who the hell knows?
The three dots have had their entertainment need filled. For the record.
That doesn't help me because I didn't write everything down.
That's fine.
But going down the list more, the human servant wanted to learn. Hattie, of Littlefoot, wanted laughter. The Minotaur, looking at the stonework, wanted beauty, something moving, maybe potentially to tears.
I thought he just wanted to cry.
He did just want to cry. That is actually correct. Technically correct. The best kind of correct.
I was walking by, jingling and whistling. I didn't catch everything of that conversation. Perry the Platypus, I have no idea. I was cracking up before I could do anything. The human in the back was scarred, looking for companionship to help ease pain, I assume. Abby wanted hatred and bloodshed, which may or may not have happened. And I think that's everyone in the room.
Yeah.
All right.
It is Mel's turn.
First of all, I like to say that we already gave Jack what he wanted because he's in the Great Hall now. So that's score one for us.
It looks like you're ahead.
What are we talking about?
Always ahead of the curve. I wave the skull in his general direction vaguely. Or the pieces of it, rather.
And the skull's name is Frank.
Yes.
It's very important.
I'm glad I'm a fighter and not a paladin.
I can't be expected to know every single bonehead that makes his way across my path. I'll do my best to remember. Anyway.
All right, Mel, what are you going to do?
I'm going to start out because I've never done it this way before in particular. Do I have to worry about reloading?
Yes. So if you are actually using firearm rules, then it takes a bonus action to reload. If you are just using it as a light crossbow, much less strict on that.
It's just it's a light crossbow that looks like a derringer. But anyway,
If a light crossbow looks like a derringer, you don't have to worry about reloading.
That works for me. I'm going to start by, let's see. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at the guy that is directly to my east.
That one. Go on, take a shot. That's a miss. No, never mind. I'm reading that backwards. Sorry. That is a hit.
That is 5 piercing damage then to hit.
Your
And
pistol shot takes him casually in the shoulder, causing him to drop the rope that he was still fussing with.
as long as the rope hits him on the head. In that case, let's see, what is my... Because I can attack twice because I'm a level 5 fighter. I'm going to move closer to this one, and I'm actually going to use... I'm going to slash at him with my whip.
All right, roll it. This one, for the record, is considerably beefier.
23 to hit.
That is definitely a hit. Roll me some damage.
Seven slashing damage.
Very nice.
Dallas, can you mark which one's beefier again?
That one.
Okay, thank you.
And also that
Naturally, the one I picked.
one. That one.
Okay.
Sovnik.
I put away my wakizashi, hold my katana in two hands, and charge the orc to my north.
Roll it. And these are hobgoblins, not orcs, but that's fine.
Oh, hobgoblins, sorry. Of course, I have a natural 1 with the
Roll
9,
damage.
but yeah.
You decapitate this dignitary. This person is just shocked. They cannot stop staring at you and that bold stroke.
Hey, Anna, did you see that?
Your fangirl is like already made Minotaur flags and is going full cheerleader.
Watch me in action. You'll love it.
The king is horrified. The hobgoblin is confused and doesn't actually attack you.
I attack the hobgoblin again on the afterstroke.
Yep. That's a hit.
27 to
That is
hit.
a
15 damage.
Yeah, solid hit.
And I'm going to go ahead and use my action surge and attack again.
All right.
19 to hit.
That is also a hit.
13 damage.
Very nice. You are definitely cutting this hobgoblin down to size.
Oi, Anna, how's that?
More vigorous waving and cheering. All right, let's see. 3, 6. So all the hobgoblins are armed with longbows and they fire volleys in various directions. Savnik, you are the target of the first three because these three guys to your north are just horrified at what you are doing to one of their strongest. Does a 19, a 7, or a 15 hit?
No.
No. Excellent. Then, Quinn, you are the recipient of the next two. Does an 8 or a 5 hit? Quinn?
No.
I didn't think so. And then the three down here in the south corner are all taking a shot at a 13.
A 13 would be a tie.
So we're going to say it misses then. And this fellow's bow breaks. Importantly. Quinn, it is your turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna draw 2 daggers.
Okay.
And start running at this dude here.
Okay.
And toss one and then the other. Yeah, that's not very great. That is a 9, 12 to hit.
12 to hit?
Yes.
That is a miss.
Okay, that's what I thought. Second one. It's an 11. My dice hate me.
That is also a miss. Because you're a fighter, you can make another attack. Are you going to do that?
With the action surge or?
Just, you have a bonus attack.
Sure.
Level 5.
That's even worse.
So make sure of your daggers and loosely where you threw them.
Do what?
Make sure you keep track of your daggers.
Yes.
Loosely where you threw them. All right, Lancer on the horse.
I am on the horse. And this dude is right in front of me. So I'm gonna whip out my glaive and just, do some slashy nonsense.
Some glavin?
Some glavin. I'm gonna glaive him.
Glaive him.
That is a 17 to hit.
A 17?
Yep.
That's a hit.
Okay. He's gonna take 6 damage.
Okay.
And I am gonna use my polearm master feat to use my bonus action to hit him with the other side of it.
I believe it is called the butt.
The butt, indeed. So it's basically like a slash and a poke with the butt of it. And the butt is going to be... Wait, hold on. Let me look at how this works. Yes, okay. Let me roll. That's not going to hit. That's a 8.
An 8? No, that's not a hit.
And then I have one more attack, right? Because fighters...
Fighters. Dope.
Fighters are dope. Yeah. I mean, I guess just swing it back again, right? Just keep woof woof. That's a 9.
No, that's not going to happen. You got the ducking thing after that first hit.
That's fair.
Line bolt.
Okay. I am standing in the doorway. I see the ceiling gets shot down and a bunch of hobgoblins come in and claim that they need to capture everyone. Well, I will be line bold the bold and
decapitate one of the dignitaries.
Yes, and I will mutter as I whistle and jingle along. I said attack, not kill. I only wanted to see what would happen. But I will move into the room.
Hey, I attacked.
You move into the room.
I move there, and then surveying the entire room. I know the boss is over to the side, so well, I will take. Hold on.
You take what?
I will take my war pick and just throw it with a little bit of rage and anger at the leader to try to get his attention.
This one?
Yes.
Excellent. Roll that.
For an attack of me throwing, and I am improvising whatever this is, but the roll is 6 plus stuff, which means it probably misses.
Seems likely.
Where does it end up?
The pick?
Yeah.
Planking on the floor behind him.
Good enough. Assuming I get his attention or not, I will just yell in that direction. Come on, fight me one-on-one.
Roll intimidation.
That's a 2 plus stuff. That's not going to do anything.
With a signal, the archers move forward a little bit, focusing on Linebolt as the hobgoblin steps forward to engage with him. But remember earlier that there was a distinct chill in the air?
Yeah.
Coming down through the now broken ceiling, dragging balloons with it, is a rather ominous figure. A fully grown white dragon descends. And it looks either hungry. It's very hard to tell the difference with white dragon.
Well, now I know why we got paid 800 gold.
You did get paid in advance.
New plan. Time to run.
We're fighters, not rogues.
I'd rather live to fight another day.
So everything in this direction is about to get hit with a cold breath, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Which direction?
The only player is Sarvnik.
Con, you said?
Con.
21.
Nice. So you're going to take half damage. It didn't just roll the dice for me. That's very annoying. So you take half of 47. Go ahead and round down.
23.
Yes. And let's just say this guy is dead. The watermelons are frozen solid. Perry is dead, and so is this fellow. And the fireworks likely won't work, though you never know. Mel.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm going to go ahead and attack the one standing directly in front of me with a rapier.
Do it.
That's a 19 to hit.
That is definitely a hit. Roll me some damage.
7 piercing. Gonna follow that up with a second rapier attack, which is unfortunately a 7 to hit.
That was a critical failure. You fumble your rapier.
Yes,
It's going to take bonus action.
but I'm a halfling. Which
You're a halfling.
Let's see.
Halflings basically
Yeah,
have
I think I have a lucky.
Actually really nice.
Yeah, I think I've got. I don't remember what the exact protocol is for what I do with this.
Do you get to
re-roll
it?
You get to roll, and you have to use that roll.
So you have to double crit in order to crit.
Well, I have a 10, which is still a miss, but it's not a crit fail.
Still a miss, but it's not a crit miss. So, all right. What else you got? Anything else?
But isn't Christmas coming?
No, I think the crit miss just entered the room being so cold.
God. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and, in that case, I'm going to use, I think that's it for now. I was debating about using second wind, but I will save that for the moment.
All right. Sarvnik, you are cold.
So basically my normal.
What you doing?
Oh, am I up?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Is using dash an action? That is right?
Yes. So how dash works is if you take your movement to move your speed, then you can choose to take your attack to dash, which would be moving your speed again.
All right. I'm just wondering because Goring Rush, immediately after you use the dash action on your turn and move at least 20 feet, you can make one melee attack with your horns as a bonus action?
Yep.
But my original action would have to be dash, right?
Yeah, so you would have to move, then move again, and then you still have a bonus action left over, and you can make that as an attack with your horns.
Okay, I see. Instead, I'm just gonna, salute with my katana and charge the white dragon.
Nice. Tell me about what you're doing.
I raise my katana high with two hands and take a slash down. But before I do that, I am going to activate my fighting spirit.
Do it.
So does a 15 hit?
It does not.
I will then attack again.
Yep.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes, it does.
11 damage.
All right. The dragon barely notices your cut into its side.
This is going to be fun.
The hobgoblins are primarily attacking line bolt. Get it right. because he insulted their boss.
Did I lose hearing?
Am I here? Can you hear me?
Mhm.
I hear you.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Line Bolt, what is your armor class?
At the moment, 18. So 2 and 3. Ow.
You take a total of 10 piercing damage.
Ow. Oh, there are nails in my way. This will be fun. As I crack my neck.
The ones up here in the north are all entangling with the dragon. But this one down here takes his stab at a knight errant on her steed. I assume an 11 does not hit.
It does not.
All right. That is that. Quinn, it is your turn.
How far back this hallway did those daggers end up going?
Just to the corner here.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and retrieve those 3 and yell at these 2 peoples back here to get back. Move, move towards the wall. Get out of the way. Retrieve those 3. And I think I'm just going to spin around and hurl them at the dragon. Because why not?
All right. Roll me some of that.
Not going to hit, but let's see. It is a 19.
That is a hit.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Actually, for you, that's a inlet. No.
That is a
Roll
crit.
a 19.
No, it's not. I didn't roll it. That is. Sorry, hold on. Give me a second. I gotta do my math here. 7 damage on the first one. That was a nat 1 on the second one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damage.
3.
It hits the hobgoblin just to the right of the dragon.
Okay. And I'm assuming did I use my bonus action to pick those up?
Yes, I would assume
okay.
so.
Yeah. You mean I don't get to pick them up off the floor and throw them?
No. Is that your turn, Quinn?
Yes. Yeah.
Leandra.
Okay. I'm gonna grab a bucket of paint and upend it on this dude's head and just slam the bucket down over it so that he's wearing a bucket on his head and also covered in paint.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Should I add anything to this?
It's a strength-based attack. We're going to assume you're proficient in paint for the hilarity of this one shot.
Yes. So that's gonna be a 22.
Holy crap. What color paint?
Orange.
Orange. In response to that, Patty up here, sitting on the bench, just giggles in lights. Very nice done.
Success. And then I am gonna ride on. Hold on, I gotta measure. Yeah, I'm gonna go over there. Horse movement, man. Take horse with me. Bad horse, come with.
Pick up your horse and go.
Picking up my horse and I'm going. Gonna go over here and tell my dodgeball friend from before to take the other bucket of paint, because I think he could use it to blind some enemies, potentially.
The gnome mutters, "Paint has so many purposes besides one."
Well said, as always.
Like a hound dog. Can't measure a hound dog by your yardstick.
No, you certainly can't, but the hound dog might play fetch with a painted ball.
He looks at you very confused.
Think about it, and I give him a wink. That was an attack and a movement. I don't know. I don't know. Could I take another action? I don't know. I have
You can
more
make
attack.
another attack.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's the joy of this. I have enough reach to hit this guy with my glaive, so I'm going to do that.
Leave him.
It's a 12 to hit.
That is a miss.
It's fine.
Line bolt.
Yeah, screw it. I will walk up and engage with the boss. As I walk up, I draw out my warhammer. I will summon back my war pick with my weapon bond. And now I will attack and attack.
Excellent. Roll some dice.
The old 1-2 of pick, then warhammer. One moment. Making sure I read that right. So the old 1-2 is one action.
Yes.
That is a 16 and a 15.
Neither of those hits.
Grr. I swing again with both of them. The warhammer, I think, hits with a 22.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
What's your damage?
I'm looking for my D8, and that is an 8.
All right, you wallop him solidly. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
The dragon, completely ignoring the Minotaur whacking on it, stands up to its full height and yells at the king, stepping towards him like Sabrik gets an opportunity attack if he wants it. You would have the audacity to hold a meeting of the envoys and not invite a representative from the Dragon Kingdom? The king is slowly melting, metaphorically. Everyone is just staring at the dragon and the king having this apparent face down. Do any of the players want to say anything or let it play out?
I'm just going to exchange words with the ones around me.
Well, as he moved away, I did take that attack opportunity. So it was 22
I
hit.
see that. The second one hit. So go ahead and roll me damage on that. Is everyone just going to watch, or do you want to step in?
I just have a question. Is there anyone from the Kingdom of Celestia here? Did we also get shafted?
You did also get shafted.
Then yeah, I'm a shout out to the dragon. But you're not the only one whose kingdom wasn't invited.
Exactly my point! Thank you, knight!
I'm just saying maybe there's no call for violence.
The dragon backhands the halfling king into the wall and pulls the table forward and sits on it. Now then, we are going to get a party, and we are going to invite everyone! Where's the entertainment?
All I want is a good brawl.
Technically, we're the entertainment.
You're the entertainment?
I know, so cold I took your breath away.
The dragon just face palms. I'll get those bards back here in no time. You are relieved of your duties. Take whatever you've been paid and go.
Dallas, does the dragon have any sort of object on it?
Not particularly. Why?
Wondering.
Do you take what you've been paid and go?
I'll ask the guy I'm scrapping with, are you going to let me leave?
The hobgoblin backs up. Hey, pal. You were hired to kidnap some dignitaries, and this has gone not that direction. You leave, I leave.
Fair enough. I about face and start walking to the door.
Anyone else?
I'm staying exactly where I am.
Seems legit.
Yeah, I'm on my horse, waiting to see what happens next. I want to see if after the boss leaves, the rest of these hobgoblins leave, because until that happens, I'm doing nothing.
Yeah, as Linebolt, is walking out, the hobgoblins are all scurrying back at, well, the ones that are alive, are all scurrying back up their ropes.
Yeah, this might sound crude, but I'm going to walk up to the Minotaur and just tap him with the hilt of my sword in the nuts.
Roll an attack.
$24.
Definitely a hit. Roll me some damage.
It's just with the hilt, so I don't know.
It's just non-lethal damage.
8.
He's crying.
Perfect.
That was your desired effect.
That was
Nicely
indeed
done.
my desired effect.
Let's get the hell out of here. We've been paid.
Hey, we've got one left, technically. Well, one that's alive.
It's been well painted.
I'm gonna head toward the dragon, actually.
I'm also
Of
going
course
to
you
head
are.
toward the dragon. Not very
you are.
close, but just like a little.
I'm gonna get fairly close and say something to the effect of, I'm gonna give a half bow and say, you did say everyone was invited to this party, didn't you?
Of course, but I assume you have important mercenary things to do, and if you want to stay and feast, you may.
I will never turn down the opportunity for food and booze.
The dragon turns to the knight. And what was all this? Where are you from that wasn't invited?
I'm from Celestia.
Summon a troop of their finest knights. We'll have a joust.
Yeah, I can do that. I can't, it's probably going to take them a few weeks to get here. Do you want to party continuous partying for the next 2 weeks? Because, I think Mel could be down. I might get tired.
Definitely game.
Quinn, anything to add?
Not yet.
Okay.
Have fun, you all. I am from a faraway land and therefore probably not invited.
But that's exactly why you would be invited. Everyone is welcome. And I think our friend the dragon here did mean everyone.
Dragon nodding vigorously.
Fair, fair. Did somebody say free alcohol?
Did somebody say free booze?
Well, we're technically not on assignment any longer.
Indeed.
We've been paid handsomely. We could kick it at a dragon party.
What'd you think of me in action, Anna?
It's Abby. I keep saying Anna. It's
Yeah.
okay, it's fine. You were confusing our poor...
So, Andrea, what'd you think of me in action?
So she has gone past fangirling and is now trying to actively remove sutures from your armor.
Oh my.
Get a room, you
Hey,
two.
Alyssa, this doesn't come up.
She winks at you and continues.
I figure you like it rough.
No comment.
Am I close enough to hear this exchange? Do I get to pipe in?
I'm
Hey,
sure I do look a little horny, though.
Mhm.
Especially in this
We're
outfit.
not even doing phrasing anymore. We are wrapping up, so yes, definitely chip in if you want to.
I am scrounging for alcohol and sitting down and taking a stiff drink of. This is another interesting adventure in my career.
Your best friend Buckethead is like, oh, you couldn't be more right.
I'm gonna head
Cheers
for.
to that. Clink.
He clinks with his bucket head.
I'm gonna head for our friend that's sort of, I'm assuming, still staring off into the distance.
Well, he was
Yes.
actually satisfied somehow.
He
Probably
wanted
just
to
cried.
be odd or shocked. And he was definitely shocked.
So I walk over to this guy.
We'll let Mel handle first because Mel moved first. What do you got, Mel?
I'm gonna try and like the same thing I did earlier, because despite the scars and everything, he's kind of cute. And I really want to be drunk, and he looks like he would be fun. So I'm gonna kind of repeat the same thing I did earlier, where I kind of sidle up next to him and put my hand on his hip and be like, well,
Did you cut out again? Because you started talking and then went silent.
yeah, I switched to push to talk, and now have to remember that I can't talk with my hands.
I hate that.
I'm gonna sort of pull the same thing I did before, where I kind of sidle up next to him and be like, and put my hand on his hip and be like, "Hey, buy a girl a drink."
I don't think anyone is buying here, but I would join you for one.
That is my type of man. Come on, let's go find some booze.
Sarvnik?
Hey, how you doing, fellow? So, where's your
About
broomstick?
as good as a horse's withers, eh?
Well, yeah, like a horse's withers. So, how about broomstick meeting the cleaning lady or something?
What? You can't just come in and put your turkey basted in rye. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but sometimes the tree's got to leave, and the chicken's got to cross the road.
He nods sagely at your wisdom and starts walking towards the door.
Blimey, I have no idea what that man is talking about, but I tried.
Anyone else before we call this?
I would like to ask of our new gracious host, Master Dragon, what is your name?
Why do you do this to me, Harrison?
Why
Well,
don't
at
you
least-
automatically name every NPC, Dallas?
I mean, you guys just have to take a page out of my book and start naming his NPCs for him.
Just make up some gobbledygook like a dragon's name would be.
Or name him something incredibly, basic. This dragon's named Kevin.
Dragon names, and the top one on the list is Verizon. So we're going with that.
Then a toast to Master Verizon for this grand party.
The dragon breathes ice at the general direction of the ceiling in response to your toast. It is celebratory, but also terrifying.
Yeah, no, but I'll bring up dancing lights and time to party.
Thank you, everyone, for participating in this absolute ridiculousness.
Surely. It was super fun.
I liked the juxtaposition. I liked kind of getting a taste of what some different fighters are capable of right there at the end. It was really fun. I appreciate you all coming along. This is the end of our stream. Anna has some things she would like to share. I believe there were actually some scores being kept.
You betcha. So tonight, unfortunately, it looks like we only had one nat 20, but my record keeping may not be completely accurate. We did have 4 crit failures, but none of those exceeded the face palms, of which there were 5. I do have some favorite quotes from each of our player characters. Thank you for providing such excellent entertainment tonight. For Mel, I particularly liked you saying, I hear platypus is particularly tasty. And Leandra said, if the skeleton doesn't move, that's a free hat. Quinn said, I'm just going to hurl them at the dragon because why not? And Bolt said, I guess we're destroying things. And lastly, Starvnik said, finally, the entertainment has arrived. And no, I did not keep track of anyways, unfortunately. But I did want to go ahead and send us out with some just regular administrative information. That is all for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to see you back next week, same time, for the space race. I will be your DM, and our players will be one of a new crew sent to Starbase 4831 as Planet Plant's last effort to enter the annual space race. All other teams failed to meet Captain Richardson's expectations. If their skill set is not enough to ready the vessel and rally the team, Planet Plant will not compete in the annual space race for the first time in over a century. The honor of their planet is in their hands. So check out the event page on Facebook. Once the video of this week is uploaded to YouTube, you can find links to give us a tip and connect with us more in the description. Have a good night, everyone. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and stay safe out there. Bye-bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Farewell for now.